Hi there, Sugar Plum. It's your favorite time again. We are witnessing World War III FUD. Everything has been swooping across the cryptocurrency industry. I feel like if you're still holding at this point, we've seen everything, man. Black swan after black swan after black swan. Everything's gone to zero multiple times. And then again, I mean, pDAI went to zero twice. And then the third time, right? That's crazy. How are we going to navigate this? Well, we're all praying and hoping that everything gets kind of sorted out, just like they did before. Remember, friends, even in the Russia, Ukraine, remember even Donald Trump and then the tariffs and everything, you just hold out and just things, I guess, tick along. Look what Twitter is saying today. Imagine pretending to address Iranians in English without subtitles. So, everyone's going to have all of this at the front of their minds when we're speaking about all this international stuff. We've been through this before. I think Israel have said Iran have nuclear weapons like 2 months away, and they've been saying it for like 50 years, friends, literally since the 70s, something ridiculous, a long, long, long time. Shout out to Ashton Forbes as well. I'm not sure how to reach Dave Farina. I think he's on Blue Sky. I officially challenge him to a live debate. Clearly, he won't dodge because he spent a ridiculous amount of time to make his dumb video about me. So this is the UFO narrative continuing. Ashton pretty much has done citizen journalism out here. We've discovered that, yes, the US government does have a lot of deep state UFO tech. They've reverse engineered a lot. $21 trillion is missing. And why I tell that to you is because it makes me even more bullish on the cryptocurrency industry. The fact that we do have like a breakaway civilization, all this money going in, and the people are still asleep like sheep because they're blue pill cucks, tells me that we're all going to be stinking rich because they're going to have to keep printing the money. They will debase everybody. They are going to make people eat the bugs. And guess what? We are positioned for that because we own scarce assets. Crypto to 10 trillion, friends. You've got the meme coin super cycle, the stable coin super cycle, the Bitcoin treasury bubble, and the crypto IPO bubble. All of it happening concurrently. And this is more of a macro theme. So I think everything's going to be okay. We're just going to keep holding. Here we have Tyler Durden. Has anybody seen any actual damage in Israel? Buildings literally flat on the floor yet? So a lot of commotion is coming out here. Here you have Bannon talking about MAGA and everything. Man, it's just crazy, man. Just this news cycle, friends. You just see it, how it just comes out of nowhere and it's just literally spread. Bang, 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 bang. Man, there's such convenient distractions. I mean, like, check it out, friends. Like, everybody, that's all they're thinking about. Civil war, all these elitist stuff out here. The elite are enjoying luxe vacations after starting World War III. Amazing stuff you see on the internet. Embarrassed to say I was unaware that there is a region of Switzerland where I can enjoy Italian food and culture paired with Swiss efficiency and transit. Wow, that's kind of crazy. So Palatine Effects as well, friends. He is a Chainlink believer. Shout out to my friend Mr. Palatine. And man, it's just like, it's all over the feeds. Just, this is what happens, right? When there's red candles and everything's reacting, it is what it is. Mr. Light Scout. It sucks that so many people got washed out before they found out what it felt to be a hexagon last cycle. I think PulseChain launched before the first up. But upward price movement every now and then. A unified, hilarious, fun-loving community. So you often see this, friends, people go through, Hex was tough at the start, but tough for how long, bro? It's tough for literally 90 days if you wanna see. Like, this is not comparable. Not even in the same intergalactic sphere, because I understand what happens, when you've been quite some time. Oh, friends, I just noticed the pDAI pulse ratio is up to almost 90 now. That's wild. It's back almost near 100, huh? I've literally just noticed it right now. It's kind of funny. It's all like a bit of a floaty move upwards. What I'll do now, I'll just show you. When everyone talks about, oh, Hex, it was so hard at the start. Yeah, man, it was difficult. Okay, but bro, it was difficult for 143 days. Okay. This is not comparable, man. It's been 4 years, dude. Like, in September, friends, we're in June now. July, August, September. So yeah, we're literally... It's been 4 years, Hex down 90%. Actually, 4 years. So it's just been tough all around, man, because the business cycle has pretty much just been going down since forever. Compounding memes. Seeing Hex reach 52 cents was totally unbelievable. They are not ready for what's coming next. So, yeah, man, we're still optimistic. We still have positive hearts. I know there's going to be copers and everyone needs their own Dr. Phil and everything out here, but we can't control anything outside of pretty much what's closest to us, friends, is waiting for this PMI to go up. Hopefully the US dollar and the macro keeps continuing in our favor. Got some other crypto updates here. Remember this? Katana has been building stealth a whole chain around the yield magnification concept. Magnification. They only went public a week ago. Very excited to see how it plays out. Very few realize how big the APRs in DeFi revolve around the concept of yield magnification. Okay, do you think Athena Labs actually makes 4.65% on the underlying? You are wrong. So DeFi is due for a resurgence, isn't it? Remember, DeFi is still in cycle 2 now. We had cycle 1 back in 2020. Now, usually everything's good for like one last pump. Okay, second cycle. But what does DeFi come back as? Well, hopefully a bit of Chainlink, a bit of HEX, a bit of PulseX, and this where we have a resurgence where everyone's getting access to them. It might be fueled by, I guess, maybe more credit cards, stable coins, access. People can start like, using apps on their phone a bit more comfortably for normies, where they can start doing swaps and trades and things out here. That might be how it's kind of like progressing when it comes to the DeFi sector as a whole. But obviously, it'll all be reflected in the Ethereum price. So yes, we need to see Ethereum friends above this 2,500. We got to see it above $4,000 or $5,000 for everything to keep cranking. Cointelegraph. BlackRock has accumulated 3% of all Bitcoin, becoming one of the largest institutional holders. So, wow. So, this is Rocca Negra accumulating an enormous amount, and this is their public ones out here. They've probably got hands everywhere out here. So, Rocca Negra will probably have a big say in the future of BTC and everything out here. Yes, it's a long, far cry away from the decentralization principles, but who cares about that? Don't worry about that. We've got to let a mania and everything appear first. Let's just play on with it. Got a question here. Does PolyMarket launch a token or do they do an IPO? Interesting debate for these, DeFi protocols. What do? Do you try to go to the stock market and get actual like real Ponzi buyers, or do you just launch a token? It's something to think about, right? Or Ripple's actually doing both. Some people are going to call them greedy, but these labels about these things are just business decisions. Like if you have a community and there's people taking these things far, like we've now seen, right? And look what we went through. Legit stuff that makes money still gets crushed 90%. It literally doesn't matter. Even it is because the business cycle goes down. Okay. So then in a bull market, stuff that I guess doesn't make money or barely makes money or is only a 1 year making money type of thing might pump harder than everyone expects. This is actually what's happened very, very frequent in the past. XRP Finance could bring the flare daily volume to 50 to 250 million and push the overall ecosystem volume to 1 billion per day. This is some XRP Hopium talk. That's actually very nice. We're going through these feeds. Remember, PulseChain is 300x cheaper in market cap than XRP. 300x. And PulseChain is doing 300% more daily volume than XRP. XRP chain fan is just like bare bones stuff. But remember the community of XRP, a lot of people do judge XRP community members, but no, XRP community members, there is a personality of those type. The personality type is people who they ultimately believe the government is going to win in crypto. Okay, that's what product market fit of XRP is. XRP, they like this crypto technology and they're like, hey, let's make a coin which sides with the government. We're pro CBDC. We want to help CBDC and control the people because their perspective is most likely that it's going to happen anyway. We may as well just participate in it. We're not going to have crypto change everyone's lives and be anarchy. All right. The government's eventually going to strangle the décolletage of pretty much everybody. That's what they're saying. So you might, might have an opinion on that. But yeah, I mean, like ultimately at the end of the day, we can talk about opinions and everything, or we can just like look at the XRP price chart. XRP did that very nice, fast, 6x move up here. It's got quite a while ago. I mean, it looks like a great chart, doesn't it? But then you look at the XRP-btc chart just to show you what you could be in store with any coin. XRP, right? These are old photos your friend told me. So this is the real XRP chart, just to show you how tough it's been over time. But hey, man, I really hope, let's look at the monthly. I really hope, man, XRP is ready to at least like pop up. Just to let you know, blockchain backers getting everything out here. So this just show you the ratios, man. That's pretty wild that an XRP maxi is selling everything here. Basically saying XRP, you will not make a new high against Bitcoin, you will not confirm yourself as the greatest. So if you are holding XRP, that's why. So what is that distance here? That is about a 4x move on BTC from here, right? So I don't know how that's all going to work out, by the way, because it implies a $500 billion XRP. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Remember, exotic top signals. We're waiting for Coinbase App Store ranking. Coinbase is now rank 364. So it's slowly starting to move up. The App Store ranking, when it hits #1 rank, is like a sign that everyone in the world is like just rushing into crypto, and we've finally hit all the normies and everything out here. Here is El Salvador buying. ISIS Cruz, thanks to your trust and our president's vision, we're transforming at full speed. So this is the El Salvador quantity. They are gobbling up the BTC. They're buying 1 BTC per day. El Salvador, the nation, was changed by Bitcoin, which is beautiful. So the El Salvador friends used to literally be ranked 143 out of 143. Highest corruption, all murder and everything out here. They've changed it. I don't know if you've seen this documentary on YouTube where they go through the prison system. And literally the worst of the worst human beings. They built a whole new prison. They put them in there, and like, there you're just going to rot there for the rest of your life. But El Salvador, the country's changed, mentally it's changed, everything's changed. It's beautiful. It actually is beautiful because now it's like it's the best marketing for crypto. They're like, hey, look what happens when you get off dirty fiat and you do these out here. So whether there's some, it's not just about that money and currency system. You know, it's a will to change. But anything that pushes crypto in a nice light like that is probably going to entice more companies and everything to start cranking it. CRCL is at an all-time high again. What if alt season is alt stonk season? These are dinosaurs out here. So everyone having fun, just joking. They're like, that's the doubt creeping in, right? People saying, oh no, what if alt season's not actually going to happen? They're going to buy stocks to get their altcoin exposure. Dude, no one cares about your stocks, dude. You don't have tattoos of your stocks. Okay, I see HEX tattoos and PulseChain tattoos. I don't see circle tattoos. Yeah, I don't see any of that. And I see they live in a world where you need all this KYC. They're not as global and international, man. Right? So it's just, you know, it's just a doubt creeping. It's because Bitcoin dominance is high. Everyone talks about oil in the Middle East, but nobody ever mentions all the oil in the US of A. Everyone is bullish on oil, of course, from Iran and all these other things out here. Remember, we had like a bit of a supply reach liquidity tap out here. Mr. Poopman, what's the best DeFi product you have tried this year, and which one brought you the highest return? I have a feeling that the user experience is not the main selling point of a product, but the return and profitability of using an application. That's another way of saying you just want to make money. You just want green candles. Yeah, that's just another way of saying it. Take us back through a history lane. I was there. 14 years ago today, Bitcoin surged to $31 before crashing back to 52. This is wonderful coincidence, friends, because Richard Hart and DaVinci J15 bought their Bitcoin right here. They actually bought it here. Wild. 14 years ago, huh? So, yeah, back in the day, right? Back when everyone, that's a scam. You gotta understand how risky that is, dude. Like, this is literally the world-changing, like the unicorn of all unicorn events. To actually put in any dollars in this and hold, man, it's just wild. Like, friends, you gotta understand the balls on someone, even like, just like Richard or any of these other OGs of Bitcoin. Think about when they had their first like $4 million in Bitcoin, okay? And then they're like thinking, if I sell, I could sell 3/4 of it, and then I'll never have to work. I could just literally, you know, either it goes to zero after that or it goes up. Many of them didn't, man. They kept it. Not that we know of, right? But, maybe a lot of them did, friends. I don't think about it. Maybe there's just a lot of people that are full of shit. These Bitcoin maxis. Maybe they did sell half and 3/4 and stuff along the way, and they chill out. Because with Bitcoin maxis, we don't have enough tracking of that. But you see it in the altcoins. We actually saw it in Celsius, in the leaked database. A lot of maxis, they were yelling, but they're actually selling. They were selling weekly. They sell to live. They keep shilling Bitcoin. They just keep selling. Yeah. Not like, I'm dumping and dumping on you, right? But they sell quite a bit. But that's how statistically insane Bitcoin is, right? It's correlated to the global liquidity cycle. Mr. Tyler Durden replies, how many futures contracts were around back then, brother? So he's basically saying that there was no developed futures market. So there's no liquidity there. So everyone had to just cram in. So you could get all these big spikes. So that's why it's important, right? That's why, friends, when you're looking at opportunity, PulseChain, yeah, there's no futures, there's no liquidity, there's nothing. All you have is like a little GMX clone fork with an Oracle-based system, but it's not listed anywhere. That's how you know it's still early. Even though, yeah, it's painful to wait, but it doesn't matter, man. Painful, it's still early. Got a comment here from Anthony Pompliano. Show me your habits and I'll show you your future. It's a nice generic billionaire book, you know, type of word, but man, friends, friends, most of these billionaire people, they're just, friends, a lot of it is genetically gifted. A lot. Not all. There's a lot. There's luck and there is genetic component in here. Yeah, these people just have, like, they came into a vision or something, and they came to a field or an asset or an industry, a demographic market, and they're just, for some reason, they could just see the future. Okay. And then they could, every decision they made was working for that future is coming, you know. It's near impossible for most people to learn, but good thing, you don't need to be a billionaire to be happy and stuff out here. Crypto changes a lot out there. So yeah, there's all these generic things that they're acting like all these bullshit stuff. They're like, oh, billionaires, like they're literally working. Friends, I'm literally here 18 hours a day. Are we billionaires or not? They're like, oh, then they go, oh, no, you can't just be working long hours. You got to be working smart. Yeah, but what do you mean by smart, bro? Because I can give you a long list of nerds who are really smart, who were bearish on crypto 10 years ago. Guess what? They ain't billionaires, bro. Oh, you got to be smart. Yeah, they might have booked their $1 million and then bought into something else. They got wrecked, right? Maybe they went and bought stocks or something out here. So a lot of it is luck, and just don't beat yourself down and everything, right? And look at this business cycle, by the way. Imagine all these Bitcoin maxis or Ethereum maxis, they're coming in now. You're getting destroyed, bro. You know, so that's why I've told you, like, a lot of people fluked it, friends. It is what it is. We just take the clear pill. It's a game. A lot of people just fluked it. There's a new generation, new wave, new edges coming. We're here. We're here for it. Just don't listen to washed up people. And now we have link. Are you ready for the green god candle? That's what we're waiting for, friends. So ultimately, crypto to 10 trillion. That's what we're playing for. Also praying for everyone's safety so we can get this news media FUD out of the way. Like, subscribe, bell button, all. Catch you soon.